Hi, I'm here with Amanda Spears and Ted Stevenson. I'm Rob Licuria. We're here to talk about Outlander, episode 4 of season 2. It was a really good one. I think it was probably the best one yet. Let's get your reacts, guys. Tell us, Amanda, what did you think of episode 4?
I really liked episode 4. It felt like the first time they were kind of moving the story forward. I just wish they could find a way of moving the story forward that didn't involve sexual assault, because that seems to...
That would help.
Yeah, they're going to lose me eventually if that's the only way they can kind of move a story along. But
it was a bit rapey.
Yeah, I was kind of with Sam's character this episode where he's like, "Let's cancel the dinner party," and I'm like, and she's like, "No, we've got to go through with it." I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of am with you. You were almost assaulted. This poor young girl was assaulted. Yeah. Maybe hosting a dinner party isn't the most important
thing." Necessarily, yeah, exactly. Ted, what did you reckon?
No, I completely agree with you. I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, there's a lot of rape. They really go through it, don't they, on the show?
Yeah.
Especially him. It's like, oh my God, when are they going to get a break?
Yeah.
I think it was interesting, like the Dame Blanche thing with her. No, I'm interested to see what happens with Mary Hawkins, and especially what we know about her and Randall, and it's a mess.
It's a big hot mess,
to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. Well, so I'm just going through the episode, the way that it unfurled for me as a Outlander newbie. Let's be honest, I have watched it all, but I'm not totally down with all the characters yet and who they are, and so I'm going to be relying on you guys. But the episode starts, Claire has a bit of tummy trouble. So she's pregnant and she's got a bit of pain, bit of this, bit of that, and then we start the episode that way. And then she tells Jamie in a scene after that that Randall is still alive, and we think this is going to be a huge blow for Jamie. But no, he was thrilled because he really wants the opportunity to see Randall die and be killed or whatever, and that's obviously something that we might have to look forward to later. Then they admit, Jamie admits to almost having sex with someone, and Claire's really pissed off about it. And then they have really cool blue light sex, and then after that, there is just a strategically placed chair over Sam Hewen, so hashtag release the peen, not yet happening for him. Then they go through all the dinner guests. Then she gets attacked in the streets, and there's the rape. Then they have the dinner. Then there's an all-in brawl, and the episode pretty much peters off after that. That's how I saw the episode. So going to you first, Ted, what was your real highlight from episode 4?
My highlight? Oh God, that's tough. Amanda, you might have to go first. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like anything with Sandringham. I think he's a very interesting character in the way he plays all the sides. So I like the beginning with the chess bit, and I'm interested to see. I don't know. It just seems like it's too easy for. What's the name of the guy she thinks is out to get her? It's too easy, right, for it to be him, the one poisoning her, just him. So I'm interested to see where that goes. I mean, I don't know how I didn't love like it being in turmoil again for like, you're right, with moving the plot forward in a different way. I would love to see that, but other than that, no, I think that would be my highlight. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair enough. Amanda, what was your highlight from the episode?
Other than learning that alcohol won't kill babies is apparently a myth.
Right?
I know.
There was no fetal alcohol syndrome back then.
Yeah, because apparently there wasn't that in the 40s either, because she's just chugging along.
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably I like Sandra. I like the Duke who's playing. I think it's the same one. He's always good for comedic timing. He made the dinner a little funny. I was so looking forward to dessert, but it's getting kind of late, and they're having a brawl. But I don't think the same person's poisoning her who she thinks it is. I think there's probably going to be some kind of a twist, but Yeah.
And
Maybe if he stuck to water, he wouldn't have that problem.
she's pretty big, right? She's showing.
Yeah.
Because when in that first thing they showed us in that first episode, she wasn't showing like that, right? So
No. All of a sudden, she's just gone bang.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So this is not the same baby. I think we've discerned, right?
Maybe. I don't know what touching a magic rock does to a pregnancy, but...
I know, right? Huh.
Yeah.
It's just peculiar. That too,
It's a
I've
little
been like
puzzling.
thinking. Yeah.
You know what I keep thinking, and it's like I'm repeating myself every episode, but geez, Katrina Balfe, she is an Amazon. She's so tall. Just something that really occurs to me every time. She's very, very tall, and and it's really ever present in my mind when I'm watching all the costume porn, which is like what I really call Outlander behind the scenes. The costumes in these last few episodes have been completely breathtaking. Like, I just can't imagine any show that should win the Emmy over this show in terms of costume design. Do you guys agree? Incredible.
Yeah, I agree. I know it didn't get nominated for costumes last year, and you could argue maybe they were a little basic, but this year they're very lush, and it's France, and they're kind of going full Marie Antoinette, somewhat Marie Antoinette this year. So I think it would be really weird if it didn't get a costume, and I'm just costumed, and it was nominated at the Guild this year, so
yeah, that helps.
Yeah, that's probably going to help them.
Yeah, I feel like they're even outdoing Game of Thrones in a way at this point. I mean, I've been meaning to look more into the intricacies of the costume design, because I love with Game of Thrones how into like every scene there's pieces woven into like the fabric, and I bet they're doing the same thing with like, especially with her red dress and these like signature pieces that are so cool. But yeah, everything looks so clean, and like it's incredibly perfect. All of the costumes, like it would be really shocking if it didn't get nominated. Like it should win, really, I think. But
it really should. And like last week we had that iconic dress, the nipple dress, which was
that was episode 2.
Was that episode 2, of course? And I wasn't expecting that. People who have read the book knew it was coming. But even this last episode that we just saw, she was wearing this blue dress with a big hood, and it had red embroidery. And I don't normally take a lot of notice of the costumes, to be honest, but these costumes have been really impressing me, and I just think that, along with the set design, I don't think that there are many shows that could beat Outlander at the moment, and I hope the TV Academy, those particular branches, are taking notice, but we'll see. All right, well, moving on, I think we should probably also just generally talk about the performances. I thought Sam Heughan was great as usual, and same with Katrina Balfe. And generally, I think those two are really carrying the show pretty beautifully, especially in this Parisian part of the series. What did you guys think of the performances? Anyone in particular? Amanda, what about you?
Yeah, I thought this was Sam's strongest episode. I think sometimes he's just kind of there. I think Katrina usually is the one who's carrying this, and she's got the hardest job to play, but I thought Sam had a really great monologue this week, and it was one of his best episodes.
Yeah, and Ted?
I'm really growing to love Andrew Gower, who's Prince Charles Stewart. I can't remember exactly what he did in that episode. He was at the dinner party. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
He showed up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, exactly. He is just so well cast, I think, and I don't know, I really enjoy watching him just like seethe in so many different things. It's really fun. Like him and Sandringham are two of my favorites, I would say. Just like Tobias Menzies is just so evil that like you just really love to watch these interesting characters. It's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's look back a little at the last few episodes. We didn't get a chance to have these chats after those, and I was really taken aback by, speaking of Tobias Menzies, I thought his performance in the first episode of season 2 was remarkable, and that would certainly be his Emmy submission if he was nominated. We don't know what's coming, but I thought he was really, really amazing, and I loved how the the premiere of season 2 opened with Claire, on that street in the middle of nowhere in Scotland, desperately trying to work out where she was and then whether the Scots had won the Battle of Culloden. And I just thought, I love the way that was done, and then obviously now the rest of the season's in flashback. So any particular points that you guys want to talk about with respect to the episodes that have passed? Either of you, just pipe up.
I just don't know why they don't kill Charles Stewart. I mean, that seems like the easiest way to solve their problem. I mean, maybe I've watched too many Game of Thrones episodes where that's my answer to their problem. But I get that they're trying to not go the murder route.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like that would be the easiest way to solve it, because then there's no one else.
Yeah.
I'm continually interested in how we're dealing with what it takes to change time, because I would say that up until this point in the first season, we know she probably gets to there. We don't know when she goes back again, whatever, but I don't know. It seems to me like she's doing substantial things already, so I was a little surprised but we don't know the nitty and gritty, but okay, maybe they weren't able to change that battle yet. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how big of something she needs to do for it to actually make something happen. Because I feel like she did a lot of running around in Scotland that would have made some changes in some people's lives that would have lasted for years. Kind of, a lot of movies have dealt with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. And some of that has left me a little skeptical toward it all. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very interested.
Yeah, like it's that butterfly effect. Like surely her interacting with one person should have made an impact with 10 people and so on to change the course of history, but it hasn't happened. And them being in Paris and getting involved in the in the underbelly, the seedy underbelly of Paris, surely should have made some impact with respect to what was going to happen in Scotland, which is going to be the second half of the season. And yet she ends up back in 1940s or whatever it is, Scotland, and nothing has really changed apparently. So it makes me think that perhaps maybe what Diana Gabaldon and now the show producers are trying to suggest is that a lot of history is set in stone. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
there's a lot to think about there.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
Yeah,
well, yeah, I don't know. Final thoughts before we wrap up for today. Amanda, final thoughts. Anything?
I think it's just been beautiful to look at this season as far as the sets and the costumes. And yeah, I think that the Tech Awards are probably going to be its best chances at the Emmys.
Yeah. Ted?
I mean, I really like Katrina. I wish her the best. I don't know. I feel like she hasn't gotten as many flashy things this season as the other one, so I feel like it might be tough for her. I mean, I'd love to see. Who knows how he'll come back in the season, but I'd love to see Tobias Menzies get mentioned. I think he's just so evil that, like, yeah. Then again, we don't know when we're gonna go back to other. Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see if she can change history, if they can win that battle, but I think it'll be a while before we see that, and I think it'll be a while before he gets his revenge, too, because Randall's such a great villain. I kind of don't want to see him go that soon.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm really looking forward to them interacting again and whatever may transpire for us, the three of us who have not read the books, which I think is probably better anyway. We don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know whether Ron Moore is really going to follow the books that religiously anyway. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm really looking forward to them to interacting, and I'm looking forward to when they do eventually go back to the Highlands. And I agree with you, Amanda. I think the tech categories at the Emmys are where a lot of Outlander hopefully will be seen. Bear McCreary's dramatic underscore hopefully will get recognized, and the cinematography and the editing and so forth. But we shall see. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me today. We will reconvene for episodes 5 and so on, and hopefully we'll get some more feedback from the internets where we can then offer up comments and questions from them too. Okay, thanks guys. Talk
Great.
soon.
Thank you.